It was the kind of Arkansas night you don't forget. Thunder that rattled the windows, lightning flashing over Midtown Little Rock again and again, turning every house into a flickering silhouette. Inside one of those houses, something evil was moving, something worse than any monster we had seen on a screen. John Markle was supposed to have made it. Successful investment advisor, comfortable life, a wife named Christine who adored him, two bright daughters, Amy 13 and Suzanne 9. And his mother, Mercedes McCambridge, Hollywood royalty, the same woman whose voice chilled the world as the demon in The Exorcist. But on that storm-soaked night, whatever demons John Markle had inside him came to life, and they were real. He'd been fired just days earlier from Stevens Inc., caught in lies and money missing from their accounts and placed into his mother's accounts. He was cornered, ashamed, and angry, and instead of facing his failure like a man, he chose to play God. Sometime after midnight, while the thunder rolled and the city slept, Markle walked upstairs with 2 pistols. His wife and daughters were asleep in their beds. They never had a chance. He shot them again and again and again and again. He left behind a blood-smeared Halloween mask, and when investigators arrived, the VCR was still playing A Nightmare on Elm Street. Think about that. The demon voice of The Exorcist gave birth to a man who turned his own home into a horror movie. This wasn't fiction. This was the real thing. Lightning outside, murder inside. And when it was over, he sat at his desk, wrote letters blaming everyone but himself. He blamed his colleagues, his mother, and the world, and then he pulled the trigger one last time. He didn't even trust one bullet to do it. He used 2 guns, one to each side of his head. When police entered the house, they found silence and the smell of gunpowder. Christine, Amy, Suzanne gone, and John Markle lying in the wreckage he created, a dozen handwritten pages beside him. One letter to his mother, time-stamped 2:30 a.m., cold, deliberate, and cruel. Nearby, a new will cutting out his wife and children completely. That storm outside may have hidden the gunfire, but it couldn't hide what he did. Even today, the officers who walked through that door remember the flashes of lightning hitting the picture windows, the bodies illuminated for just a second at a time like some sick camera flash of hell. This wasn't a crime of passion. This was calculation. This was a man possessed by ego, greed, and cowardice. And what makes me angry to this day is that he chose to take down the innocent with him. He left no mercy, no reason, no redemption, just pain. And he left it for everyone else to carry, the detectives, the medical examiners, the coroner's office, the teachers who faced empty desks the next morning. John Markle destroyed his family, and he also scarred a city, because when a man who had everything loses his soul, the rest of us are left standing in the rain asking how it happened and whether evil is born or built. That's what we explore on the Coroner's Report podcast. Tracy Carrington and I dig into the case file, the timeline, the autopsy reports, and those letters in Markle's own words. We talk to the people who were there, investigators who can still smell the cordite in that room. We strip away the rumors and look at what the evidence really says. This episode isn't easy to hear. This episode wasn't easy to do. It's the story of pride, madness, and horror played out under lightning flashes in a quiet Midtown neighborhood nearby the governor's mansion, a place that still hasn't quite forgotten. If you follow me here on the 501 Coroner, I want you to take the next step. Go subscribe to the Coroner's Report podcast. It's on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, wherever you get your podcasts. Search John Markle, an act of macabre benevolence. Listen to the full story. Remember Christine, Amy, and Suzanne, not as victims of a monster, but as a family who deserved better. And when you hear it, you'll understand why this case still haunts those of us who had to walk through the aftermath. Y'all be kind to each other, okay?